Hi, welcome to my tummy whispers. Today we are going to make onde onde. It is a popular Malay snack easily available in Malaysia, Singapore and Indonesia. It is made up of sweet potato and some glutinous rice flour with a filling of gula melaka, which is palm sugar inside, and rolled in flavoured coconut. I hope you'll give it a try. I bought a sweet potato and I peeled it and I weighed it as 310 grams. I filled up a large pot of water, enough water actually, to cover the potato. To that I added a teaspoon of salt and I sliced the sweet potatoes and I'm going to drop into the hot water and give it a boil. And once it is done, I'll strain the water and I will mash it into a paste. Intermittently, I do check for the doneness of the sweet potato. With the help of a fork, when the fork goes through the sweet potatoes, I remove it from the stove and I drain off all the water. And then I strain the water and I mash it to a paste. I used this variety of frozen coconut which is coming from India. But if you can get fresh ones and it is more finely grated, unlike mine, that will be even better. But I just managed with what I have and I measured about 100 grams of grated white coconut. You don't need to be very precise in it, but I didn't want any wastage. And to my luck, it was just sufficient for today's recipe. To that I added a tiny pinch of salt. It not only improves the flavor, but it improves the longevity of the coconut when you keep it outside. And I added a few strips of freshly chopped up pandan leaves. It is for the aroma. Give it a good mix. Wrap it up in cling wrap and place it in the microwave and steam it or cook it for 1.5 to 2 minutes. Once it is done, remove from the microwave and keep it aside for further use. Next, we check for the doneness of the sweet potatoes. With the help of a fork, I inserted the sweet potatoes and I realized they are done. So I removed the pot of boiling water from the stove and I drained it into a sink with the help of a colander. And after the water has been drained, I put back the boiled potatoes into the pot and I give it a good mash. Make sure the mixture is free from lumps. Mash it thoroughly. Once the sweet potato has been mashed well and it's free from any lumps, it's time to add glutinous rice flour. I added this particular brand and initially I only added 2 tablespoons of this particular glutinous rice flour. I wish to add it gradually depending on the dough consistency. To that I added this brand of half teaspoon of pandan extract and coloring to the dough. And I made sure everything is well incorporated by kneading it and forming into a semi-firm dough. After the addition of the first 2 tablespoons of glutinous rice flour, I realized the dough was very soft. So I had to add another 2 tablespoons gradually. And it was still semi-stiff dough. So finally I finished off the whole recipe with the additional 2 spoons. So in total I had to use 6 measuring tablespoons of glutinous rice flour to this recipe. If your sweet potato is either small or big, you may wish to adjust it accordingly. The final result of the dough should be quite a stiff dough. If the dough is too soft, when you drop the onde balls into the boiling water, it will disintegrate into the water. Remove the steamed coconut from the microwave. Discard all the pandan leaves, and if there is any debris or any husk of the coconut visible, please remove it and keep it aside for further use. I am using this gula melaka or the palm sugar from Indonesia. I just took a couple of pieces and I chopped it up and I kept it aside. Now the onde dough is ready for shaping. I formed an even sizes of few balls till the dough is done. Next, I took each ball and I kneaded it in the middle of my palm till it reached a smooth consistency. Then I added a little gula melaka piece into the center and I rolled it gently but firmly and shaped it into a smooth ball and I kept aside into another bowl. Repeat this process, but make sure each dough ball is kneaded first. That gives you a smoother dough, so that when we are cooking into the boiling water, it doesn't crack open and the gula melaka should not seep out. So that is the important tip. After kneading each dough, you can either flatten the dough into a flat piece and then add a palm sugar and roll it back and shape it into a neat ball and keep it aside. Or you can form a ball and make an impression in the center and then add the sugar inside, and then you can shape it into a ball. The choice is yours. Whichever method you choose, as long the sugar is tucked in neatly, that is sufficient. Another tip to share, please do not add too much of palm sugar, because as we are boiling the onde balls into the water, it will burst open and you will not see a green onde, but you will see the gula melaka oozing out. So it's a very important tip for me to share with you. Once all the dough has been filled up with the palm sugar insert, it is now ready for cooking. Take a pot with freshly filled up water and bring it to a simmering boil. Gently add a few finished onde onde balls into it. About 2 minutes or 2 minutes plus, the balls should be floating on top. When you see this stage, which means the onde onde balls are fully cooked, gently remove it with a slotted spoon and place them onto the steamed flavoured grated coconut. Roll it gently with the help of a fork or with your fingers and place it on your serving platter. A tray of onde ondes had been done. Now it's time to savor it. Have a cup of your favorite freshly brewed tea and serve the onde ondes on a platter and have it for your tea. These onde ondes are simply yummy. It's worth living the life for it. So you give it a try too and let me know how it went. Thank you.